Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 3208, Zen Mind in the Middle of Chaos and Stress, by Leo Babauta of zenhabits.net, and my narrator, Justin Malik. Now let's get right to our next article as we optimize your life. Zen Mind in the Middle of Chaos and Stress, by Leo Babauta of zenhabits.net. What do you do when your job or your personal life is a constant source of busyness, rushing, nose to the grindstone work and stress? Or what do you do if your life is simple and relatively stress-free, but something blows up and you're in the middle of chaos and high stress all of a sudden? This is when we could use a dose of Zen Mind, or the art of letting go. What is this Zen Mind? Well, to be honest, I'm still learning what that is, but what I've been practicing is a constant letting go. Let's take an example. I have a major deadline approaching. It's stressing me out, man. But what is the source of the stress? It's not the work, which is just a series of actions. It's not the deadline, which is just a time constraint. It's my reaction to those external events. My fear that I'm not going to make it, that I'll mess up, that I'll look stupid or incompetent. This fear that is causing my stress reaction is rooted in my wanting things to turn out a certain way, wanting to meet the deadline and get things perfect and look good. What if I could let go of wanting things to turn out that way? This is a fantasy, an ideal that I'm holding on to. It might turn out that way, sure, but it could turn out a dozen other ways. And the truth is, I don't have complete control over how it'll turn out. All I can do is do the work and the fantasy. The fear and the stress are only getting in the way. So if I can let go of this ideal, this fantasy, I can let go of the fear and the stress. This is the Zen mind that I'm learning about. It's simply letting go, and in doing so, you attain a peace of mind no matter what chaos and seemingly stressful event are going on around you. Again, I'm not good at this yet, but I'm learning. I'll share with you what I know. The art of letting go. So these are the steps to letting go. Number 1, notice why you're stressed. What external event is stressing you? Why is it stressing you out? What fear do you have? Number 2, notice what you're holding on to. If your response is fear, it's because you're holding onto something. It's probably a fantasy or ideal, or wanting to control something, wanting something to turn out a certain way, wishing things would meet the expectations you have. If you're saying, he should do this, or it should be like this, then you're holding onto an ideal or expectation or outcome. Number 3, realize that it's not real. This fantasy, this expectation, this wishing you could control things, it's just made up in your head. To be fair, we all do it, but it's not a real thing, and it can be let go of. Number 4, see that it's hurting you. This thing you've made up is causing you stress, which is shortening your life and making what short life you have less enjoyable. It's causing pain in your life. Realize this. And number 5, let go. If something you've made up is causing pain, why hold on to it? It's not worth it. By letting go, you release the pain and are just left with you and the work you need to do. Zen Mind in the middle of chaos. So you work long hours and are stressed out. It's work you love, perhaps, but still hard work and still lots of stressors. Maybe you get to take some good breaks during the day. Maybe you take weekends off. Maybe you get some great vacations. But the fact remains, no matter what kind of breaks and vacations you take, much of your life is spent doing the hard work and stressed out. You need to be able to simultaneously work and be on vacation. And this is the practice of Zen Mind that we're talking about. Letting go and being able to breathe and smile in the middle of a stressful workday. It's only stressful, of course, because of stuff we're making up in our heads. So if we can create a constant practice of awareness and letting go, we constantly let go of the stress. Your boss dumps a new project on you with a close deadline. Yikes, you're instantly stressed. Notice and let go. Breathe. Feel the stress floating away as you let go of an ideal and an expectation. You're now free, and you can just do the first task. After all, that's all you can ever do. Your coworker or client is mad at you and yelling at you. This is highly stressful. Until you realize that they're probably yelling for some problem that's not really about you. They're stressed out, they're having a bad day, they have problems dealing with stress. And you're holding on to the expectation that everyone around you should behave perfectly, which of course is an absurd fantasy. You let go of that and reach out in your heart to this fellow human being who isn't happy. How can you make things better for this person with an open heart? Your son is stressing you out because he's not doing what he should be doing. You're mad. Why can't he just do what you ask? Well, of course, this is a fantasy. Your kids or friends or spouse are not going to live up to these expectations you have of how they should behave. These expectations aren't anything real, just fantasies. You can't control their behavior. Wanting to do so just stresses you out. So let go of that expectation and the desire to control, and the stress goes away. Instead, open your heart and be open to who they are. Okay, so that's all easier said than done. In the real world, it takes a lot of practice. We often forget about this process when things hit the fan. That's okay. Life is a constant practice. Keep practicing and let go of wanting to be perfect at it. Just in the attempt, you're already perfect. You just listened to the post titled Zen Mind in the Middle of Chaos and Stress by Babauta of zenhabits.net. And I'll be right back with my commentary.
This episode is brought to you by La Quinta by Wyndham. Your work can take you all over the place, like Texas. You've never been, but it's going to be great because you're staying at La Quinta by Wyndham. Their free Bright Side breakfast will give you energy for the day ahead. And after, you can unwind using their free high-speed Wi-Fi. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book your stay today at lq.com.
Look, Bumble knows you're exhausted by dating. All the must not take yourself too seriously and 6'1" since that matters. And what do I even say other than, hey? Well, that's why they're introducing an all-new Bumble with exciting features to make compatibility easier, starting the chat better, and dating safer. They've changed, so you don't have to. Download the new Bumble now.
Thank you to Leo. There are a couple of things that I thought of when reading this one. And the first is that there's a difference between avoidance and running away and a more purposeful, mindful, intentional letting go. It's a subtle difference, but important, I think, because it's easy to just push things to the side and bury them when things are bad. That's not a healthy way to process things. That's something I could work on myself. But I think what Leo's talking about is different. His steps had questions along the way, diving deeper into the issue and then letting go. But like he said, this sounds simple on the surface. Maybe it is simple, but it's not easy by any means. As someone who's meditated a lot over the years, I can say that I think meditation helps with this, or same with journaling or listening to this podcast and having that daily touch point of reflection. You have to find what works for you, but it's definitely something worth working on. The benefits could be massive. So let's try letting go today and this weekend. Have a great weekend if you're listening in real time, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.